Hello, friend. Let me tell you something I wish someone had told me when I first started running games. You don't have to be a voice actor. You don't need to be funny, or good, or consistent. But if you want your characters to be remembered, you should absolutely do the voice. Tonight, on Dungeonlight, we're talking about character voices. Why do they matter? Why do they stick? And how doing a silly voice might just be the best decision you make as a DM. So, grab a torch, loosen your jaw a little, and welcome to Dungeonlight. Part 1. What the voice actually does. The voice isn't about talent, it's about separation. Signaling, hey, this is a new person you guys are talking to. Your players will immediately tune in when you shift your tone or cadence, and even a bad voice will become iconic over time. People will forget names of NPCs, but they will remember the voice that made them laugh or feel creeped out or curious. Some examples that I like to use are the following. Let's say your players are talking to a demon, some creature of the nine hells or the plains below.
Perhaps they sound like this, and they speak with malice and hatred.
Perhaps your players are talking to a simple country oaf, someone who's unaware of the goings and dealings of the world and is happy to just relax and take it easy. Perhaps they will take a nap and they will be so sleepy. Maybe they'll invite you for dinner. Or maybe they are talking to the king's advisor that wears all black, and he is very upset about people coming into the court unannounced and asking questions. Some other voices I often use, especially when being a gnome or a fey creature.
I would often put this voice, which is very high-pitched, and it is very annoying for your players to listen to for a prolonged period of time. But boy, do they remember it.
It's a variation of the Tinker, and he's always welcomed, and he's always remembered. But maybe he's not a little gnome.
Maybe he just is a very corrupt guard. Maybe he's been working, his hands are covered in scars, his jaw is a little bit crooked from so many hits.
Maybe he talks like me or you. I can't stress this enough. You don't have to do the voice, friend, but I recommend you to. It is immensely fun. It is memorable, and it is like icing on a cake. Part 2. What makes an NPC memorable? And we discussed this at length on the previous video, but let me summarize it real quick. First of all, you need a simple goal. What do they actually want? And a strong mood.
Is this character always angry?
Always flirty? Or is just an arrogant prick destined for a terrible death? And maybe give it a speech work.
Maybe he talks so slowly.
Or maybe he's really quick, maybe talks too fast, maybe he knows a lot of things and he just has trouble keeping them all inside of his mind and he just has to spill it out quick. Maybe he just has a thing for his tongue just won't sit still in his mouth and is always slopping about. The voice becomes a shortcut for the character. For example, You could say there's a 300-year-old tiefling who fought in the Blood War and now runs a quiet tea shop. Or you could say, "Hello, sweet thing. You look parched. Come in." And the voice does the rest. Part 3. I am not a voice actor. Listen, I get it. We've seen amazing voice actors play Dungeons & Dragons, Critical Role, Dimension 20. I am not one of them. Neither are most of us. But here's the secret. Right? Ready? Your players don't want perfection. They want energy. They want intent. They want a moment. The moment you try, the table just leans in. Because now it's real. You're not reading. You're being someone else. And that is powerful. Start small. Change your pitch. Slow your speed. Give the character a catchphrase. No accent required. No performance degree. Just a shift. Just enough to say, "This is me.
This is them."
Part 4. The characters your player loved the most are often the ones you didn't expect. A one-off merchant with a weird laugh, a goblin who sings when she's nervous, or a talking ring that it is said to give you advice, but it's always giving you advice about the wrong thing. These moments create inside jokes, nostalgia, and depth. Years later, your players won't remember the boss fight stats, but they'll remember the voice. That's the legacy of doing this. Not perfection, but personality. So, go ahead, try it. Be
The dragon.
or be the nervous guard. Oh my god.
Be the ghost that sings lullaby.
Your players will love it, and they will love you for it. Not because it is flawless, but because it's yours. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep your torches lit. This was Dungeonlight.